Hello, good yo-yo people. I'm Nate. I'm a sponsored player by Squared YoYos, and this is another episode of Nate Reviews Yo-Yos. Today, I have the privilege of reviewing the Alley Cat by YoYos. So this is my review of the Alley Cat. As usual, this is the in the hand section with the Alley Cat this time. So make sure that you check out in the description box. I always put in there the full specs of the yo-yo and information about that company that I'm reviewing. You'll also find information there about myself, my Instagram and things like that, where to get in touch with me if you're wanting me to review one of your yo-yos, if you're a company watching this. Also information about my sponsor, Squared YoYos. So make sure you check that out and make sure you like this video. That'll help those ratings go up, all right? All right, so the Alley Cat. I've actually been really looking forward to this yo-yo. I've mentioned a couple times in some of my past yo-yo reviews that one of the trends that seems to be coming back is a kickback to older school yo-yos, and one of those trends is that you're beginning to see is starting to make more responsive or tug responsive yo-yos, and this is meant to be tug responsive. It's meant to be played that way, so that's the way I'm going to play it in this review. It is set up coming out of the box as a tug responsive yo-yo, and it's meant to be played that way. So that's how we're going to play it. All right, so hey, so check it out. There's a lot to talk about this in the hand. All right, so let's talk about what we see first on the Alley Cat by YoYo. So the engravings on here, the laser engravings, and the art that is on the box, or not on the box, but there's also a t-shirt with art and so on. This is done by Paul Escalar. So those who know Paul, he's quite an artist, and he's got very iconic sort of style in his art. It's really cool to see that on this yo-yo. This is not the first yo-yo by any means that he has contributed to the art. You're also going to see that the hubs on this are pegs, and you know, the guys over at YoYo, they are real big into Randy particularly is really big into cycling, and this is actually intended to be the right size hex nut for your bike wheels. I think your bike wheels. I have a bike, but I'm not like a cyclist. I wouldn't, you know, so I don't know a ton about that, and I haven't tried it. I should try it. But anyways, it's supposed to fit that. It's kind of cool. So in a pinch, you have this in your pocket. You could tighten up your wheel, I guess. All right, so that's kind of cool, and it's just kind of really neat to kind of see that, oh, they intended to put that there. Now, also, that gives you a benefit of play, because these pegs really are so long. Now, they don't stick out, so you're not going to catch your finger on there very easily. You could, if you're not careful with your knuckle, maybe. I haven't yet, but you could on certain catches and certain things you're trying to be risky with, maybe. But they also stick out enough and add enough center weight that it's really going to stabilize this yo-yo quite a bit. And we'll see that a little bit more on things like kick flips and things like that you're going to do with a tug responsive yo-yo. More of those modern fixie tricks. That weight is really going to be really beneficial. So it's not just cool, and it's functional as well. It's a fairly large diameter yo-yos for you know, it's not oversized. I mean, it's not so large that it feels like it's cumbersome in the hand, but it's a good size, which is also going to be really nice for some of those stalls and things like that. Gap's really intended to be perfect for fixie type play tricks. It does have an A-size bearing. They chose not to do a C-size bearing, and it is very well lubed. Even spinning it right now, it's not going anywhere. If you want to clean this, you would have a somewhat unresponsive yo-yo. I'm not sure how perfectly unresponsive it would be for you. I haven't tried that. Again, I'm playing this like it should be played. Now, in my version here, this is actually Ed Haponic's color choice. And so I'm kind of excited that they sent me this one. This Alley Cat actually was a pre-Bay Area Classics release, And so the response is actually a little bit different in this one than you would have in the standard one that you would maybe buy on their website. The standard one typically comes with what's a Chaz pad, which is really cool. Chaz hasn't made pads for a while, and they actually commissioned him to kind of come out of retirement for like a second and make some pads, which is really cool. So one side is a Chaz pad where the other is a slim pad. Now on this one, it's not like that. It actually has two Duncan thin pads, which play a little bit similarly. And I've broken them in quite a bit, but at first it might be a little bit grabbier than even the setup that you'll typically see, just so you know. But it is meant to be responsive either way. I think that's pretty much all we have to say about the in the hand section. There's quite a bit there, but that's probably the most important section, I think, because this is such a unique yo-yo. So let's go ahead and play and see what it feels like on the string. All right, welcome back. This is the on the string section with the Alley Cat by Co YoYos. It is a tug responsive yo-yo. So, I have a sweet spot in my heart for fixie yo-yos, for no jives, for any wooden or plastic, and so it's really kind of nice to throw something that has a little longer spin times and a little bit more control, maybe. A little longer spin times particularly, and you can throw a little longer tricks, but also has that same kind of tug feel that you would have on a traditional fixie. So really nice for kick flips and things like that. That gap, that high wall gap, is high enough that you're going to be able to keep that loop in there really nice and solid. All right. So chopsticks, I have fairly large hands. I would like to see. I love the Alley Cat, and I like the size of it for most tricks. For certain tighter tricks like chopstick stalls and things like that people do with fixies, I would like to see a little smaller diameter. Like, I have fairly large hands, and so I might have to just kind of get used to that a little bit. It does do regens really well. Recaptures are really solid on it too. The gap on the Alley Cat is pretty much perfect. All right, that's probably enough. My final opinion on the Alley Cat by Co. I believe this is, when you think of the yo-yo as a toy, this is it. This is a crazy fun yo-yo. It's one that you're just going to have a blast with. You're going to feel like you're going to have a lot of fun with. If you've never really done a lot of, responsive play, if you kind of are fairly new to yo-yoing and your first yo-yo that you picked up is an unresponsive yo-yo, do yourself a favor, pick up one of these, and you want to talk about figuring out how to be a smoother player, play responsive. Look at some of the players who've been around for a long time, who were around during the responsive era and moved into unresponsive. Their play was highly influenced by responsive yo-yos. If you really enjoy fixie type tricks, you're really going to love this yo-yo. I really dig this yo-yo. I was looking forward to it. It's a yo-yo that is just really fun to throw in your pocket. So that's my review on the Alley Cat by Co. Good day and good yo-yo.